Today I'm answering the question of why turbo decks are called turbo decks. We have been doing this for years, but no card in the deck is named turbo. Generally speaking, when you use the word turbo, you're describing a deck that sets itself up very quickly. In other words, fast. So why do we say turbo and not fast? So I went on a little research tour, and I've discovered the answer. I think. The actual hunt consisted of a few steps. Step number 1, I went to look on the Pokemon TCG official glossary. Has no listings for the word turbo, so it's not an official term, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have a basis in fact. So let's go back to one of my favorite pages of all time, the Jason Klaczynski history blogs. Jason Klaczynski is a 3-time Pokemon cards world champion. Man knows what he's doing. Through all of his postings of deck lists, I Control F search for the word turbo, and the first use of turbo that I found in this page, Black and White on decks. Black and White was released in 2011, and so starting from that year, I have at least one potential spot to find the word turbo's origin, but we have to go back to the source. And I was not playing Pokemon cards in 2011, but I have been playing long enough to have heard rumors and mystical tales about the forums that people used to browse in 2011. The 3 that I could think of off the top of my head were Facebook, those are groups like Burbank City and Hey Fonte, and Pokegems forums. Pokegems forums are legendary for their ruling compendium, but they're also a good set of forums. And my third source that I'm going to be looking for is a site called Pojo. The first website that I'm looking at is Pokegem, and Pokegem's forums have a very handy search tool that can search based on age of a post. Earliest known use of the word turbo on their page to describe a Venusaur list, Turbo Venusaur. This post was minted in August of 8th, 2003. Significantly earlier than that 2011 measure, but it seems to have been used very casually as though people would understand what it meant. This could mean that the word turbo has been used in the game as early as the Wizards of the Coast sets. Now, if this is the oldest documented use of turbo on the Pokegem forums, we have to go back to Pojo's forum. I am searching for anything predating August 8th, 2003, which was the earliest known post on Pokegem containing the word turbo. Okay, so all of this researching is making me hungry. I am taking a snack break to eat a mini box of raisins, and they're going to be delicious. Work hard, play hard. This is gamer fuel. A post from Pojo, January 2002, describing Turbo base set Blastoise. Ah, the Rain Dance King. This guy is a brute. Weakened by the mass amounts of lightning, he has seen little play. But at one time, this was a beast to be reckoned with. With good drawing power, you could have the game won turn 2. Turbo was too little of a word to describe Rain Dance, so that's another year farther back that we can trace the roots of this word. But we must go deeper. Here's a report from 2000. The use of the word turbo describes Turbo Wigglytuff. It was a $3 entry fee. Wow, what a different time. Can you imagine rolling up into a tournament and you pay $3 to play? And there's 5 people there? Girl, this is your locals. Nah. Well, the word turbo was used as early as May 14th, 2000. But we must go deeper. We need to find something that predates the year 2000. Yep, we have another one. As early as November 1999, this deck idea was created before Rain Dance or Turbo Blastoise entered the tourney scene. 27 water energy! Ugh. He went 5-1 and won in finals with a deck with 27 energy, and it was called a turbo deck. 16 trainers. Can you imagine playing a deck with 16 trainers in current year? But there's nothing that specifically suggests why it's called turbo. Perhaps the term was picked up from another card game, like Magic the Gathering. If we can find an instance of turbo being in use prior to Pokemon's release, perhaps that will make it clear how the language jumped from one card game to the next, almost like a regional dialect. USA Nationals 1996, Turbo Stasis came in 3rd and 4th by 2 players, Matthew Place and Mike Long. Okay, so the point is that you tap everything and they can never untap. So I don't have a good answer yet. But the word turbo has been a fundamental part of the game, at least since its inception. There's an argument that they brought this term over from another card game and it happened to stick. And I think it must have been Magic the Gathering. Based on that Turbo Stasis deck, it goes as far back as 1996. And that's as far back as I plan on going this evening. But if you would like to continue researching this topic, or if you have found a definitive answer to this topic, let me know. And for those of you saying, optimal 60, what do you mean There's no answer to the question that you clickbaited in the thumbnail. And to that I say, yeah, I'm disappointed too. But unfortunately, that's all of the resources that I know of that are available. So if you have any information about other forums I could browse, or suggestions for other places I could try to learn what the origins of the word turbo are, let me know. I will do a follow-up video on that topic.